What is Shibari? Hi, my name is Martha. I'm a clinical sexologist with a doctorate in human sexuality, and I'm from Eros Coaching, that's eroscoaching.com. So Shibari has to do with Japanese bondage. However, the term Shibari by itself, the Japanese word, literally means a decoratively tie. So it's a decoration. And this has to do with ancient times in which in Japan, being a big area, they have to bring their prisoners alive back, and they were isolated from the rest of the world. And so they came up with being able to use ropes to tie up their prisoners so that they don't run away and then bring them back for judgment. And so what has evolved over time is that the art of this decorative tying has become an art that people look at. And Shibari is often used with another word called kinbuku, which actually means tight binding. And kinbuku literally means the beauty of tight binding. So people who are into ropes, and it's not just like using rope and then just tying and tying and tying. There are people who get very good at doing something, but the connection with the rope, the ability to use the rope as a tool to connect with the person that you're tying with, actually creates an emotional connection. And so it can be really intimate. And some people even say that it's erotic, and some people just do it for fun. The erotic charge comes from the ability to tie up somebody in a way that makes them look good, feel good, and makes them feel held. So can you begin to appreciate a little bit more about the art of Japanese bondage? And this is not for everyone. I'm just sharing a little bit on my personal side. I have, as a sexologist, of course, been exposed to different ways in which people express their sexuality. And I felt it was important for me to learn and be exposed, even if I'm not really into it, but at least learn. And so one of the things that happened to me in offering myself as a model to be tied up is that, and we're usually fully clothed, is that it really didn't bring up anything for me erotically. I didn't feel sexy. I didn't feel turned on. But there are people who do. It has to do with the association with the rope, you see. And so for me, what ends up happening a lot is that because I'm very sensitive and I bruise easily, and so each and every single time I have been tied up, there would be marks. There would be marks on my body, and I would get really, really angry. And there are people who get tied up, and then there are marks on their body, and then they feel really loved. They feel like this is like a little like battle scar, and they feel like proud, and they kind of feel like, you know, my body's strong and I can take this. For me, it's different. For me, I get really, really angry about having marks on my body. I get really angry. I really hate it. I think it has to do with being caned as a child and looking at these marks and crying. Didn't want to be caned. Didn't like the marks. And it made me feel helpless and angry with being alive and angry being in this body. And so I guess what happens is some of the things that happens to us as a kid carries on through into our adult life. And this could be something that I could work on overcoming if I wanted. Everyone's different. And so it's important to look at what is it that you want to work on, pursue, enjoy. And some people like it, and maybe they have an experience of having an erotic experience being tied up, playing police and thief. And so when they grow up, it's just something fun for them. For me, it's not so fun. So this is Martha of Eros Coaching explaining a little bit about rope bondage. And there are books that you can check out, and I'll post some of the ones that I have come across, which I have been told are good, so that you can check it out. So this is Martha, and if you have a question, comment, you can post it below, or you can email me at ask@eroscoaching.com.